Hello, today we'll be telling you the Rumpelstiltskin bedtime story.
Once, there was a miller who was poor, but who had a beautiful daughter. One day, he had to go and speak to the king, and in order to make a good impression, he said to him,
I have a daughter who can throw into gold.
The king said to the miller,
That's an art which pleases me well. If your daughter is clever as you say, bring her tomorrow to my palace, and I will put her to the test.
And when the girl was brought to him, he took her into a room which was quite full of straw, gave her a spinning wheel and a reel, and said,
Now set to work, and if by tomorrow morning early you have not spun the straw into gold during the night, you must die.
Thereupon he himself locked up the room and left her in it alone. So there sat the poor miller's daughter, and for the life of her could not tell what to do. She had no idea how straw could be spun into gold, and she grew more and more frightened, until at last she began to weep.
But all at once the door opened, and in came a little man and said,
Good evening, Mr. Miller. Why are you crying so?
Alice, answered the girl,
I have to spin a straw into gold, and I do not know how to do it.
What will you give me if I do it for you?
said the mannequin.
My necklace,
said the girl. The little man took the necklace, seated himself on front of the wheel, and 3 turns, and the reel was full. Then he put another on, and 3 times round, and the second was full too. And so it went on until the morning, when all the straw was spun, and all the reels were full of gold.
When the king saw the gold, he was happily surprised. He had her taken into another room full of straw, and commanded her to spin that also in one night, if she valued her life.
The girl knew not how to help herself and was crying, when the door opened again, and the little man appeared and said,
What will you give me if I spin that straw into gold for you?
the ring on my finger.
The little man took the ring, again began to turn the wheel, and by the morning had spun all the straw into glittering gold.
The king rejoiced beyond measure at the sight, but still he had not gold enough. And he had her taken into a still larger room full of straw, and said,
You must spin this two in the course of this night, but if you succeed, you shall be my wife. Even if she be a miller's daughter, I could not find a richer wife in the whole world.
When the girl was alone, the mannequin came again for the 3rd time and said,
What will you give me if I spin the straw for you this time also?
I have nothing left that I could give,
answered the girl.
Then promise me, if you should become queen, to give me your first child.
Without thinking it through, she promised the mannequin what he wanted, and for that he once more spun the straw into gold. And when the king came in the morning and found all that he had wished, he took her in marriage, and the pretty miller's daughter became a queen.
A year after, she brought a beautiful child into the world, and she never gave a thought to the mannequin. But suddenly he came into her room and said,
Now give me what you promised.
The queen was horrorized and offered the mannequin all the money of the kingdom. If he would leave her the child, would he say it?
No! Something alive is dearer to me than all the treasures in the world.
Then the queen began to sob and cry, so that the mannequin had mercy of her.
I will give you 3 days' time.
said he.
If by that time you find out my name, then shall you keep your child.
So the queen thought the whole night all of the names that she ever heard, and she sent a messenger over the country to find out the name. When the mannequin came the next day, she said all the names she knew, one after another. But to everyone the little man said,
That is not my name.
She tried with every uncommon name she could think of, and asked everyone in the palace to do the same.
Perhaps your name is Short-Ribs, or Sheep-Hanks, or Lace-Leg.
But he always answered,
That's not my name.
On the 3rd day, the messenger came back again and said, I have not been able to find a single new name, but as I came to a high mountain at the end of the forest, there I saw a little house, and in the house a fire was burning, and round about the fire quite a ridiculous little man was jumping. He hopped upon one leg and shouted,
Today I bake, tomorrow brew, the next I'll have the young queen's chat. Ha! Glad I'm mad that no one knew that Rumpelstiltskin I am style.
You may imagine how glad the queen was when she heard the name, and when soon afterwards the little man came in and asked,
Now, Mistress Queen, what's my name?
Is your name Conrad?
No,
Is your name Harry?
no,
Perhaps your name is Rumpelstiltskin.
impossible! Not fair, not fair! The devil must told you that.
cried the little man, and in his anger he jumped all over the room and onto the wall. He smashed and thumped and bumped and jumped. And then, so blind with anger, the strange little man jumped out the queen's window and left the palace crying and howling, never to be seen again. This is the Rumpelstiltskin story, and I wish you sweet dreams.